Thanks for joining me. How you doing so far today, bro?
Doing good, man. Good morning. It's the first thing I'm doing. So,
That's what I was thinking, man. It's early, man. If it was me, I'd still be in bed. Why are you up so early?
actually, no. Normally, I'm up a little earlier. I slept in a little bit today, but I just try to get my day started. We have practice at like 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and then 11:30 on Tuesday, Thursdays. So, just
Yeah,
getting my day going is all.
it's a weird thing. And I remember Chuck Liddell talking about this in the past because he was like, why are my opponents getting up at 6 in the morning to train when we're fighting at like 10 p.m. at night? Like,
Mhm.
it's a weird balance. Like, what do you think of it?
I,
Oh,
I, for me, it works good. I do a lot of things like at night where I train clients. I work on a few other things like some of my app development for my app, and yeah, it just I get all my training done in the morning, and then I train other people and do other things at night. So keeps me busy all day. Works out best for me.
and this was the thing that I was hoping to ask you about, and we're going to talk about the UFL and the fight and all that stuff in a minute. But tell me about React workouts because I saw the website and it looked so cool. And I'm trying to get into fitness now, and I was like, this is almost exactly what someone needs, right?
Yes, essentially. So basically, what it works, you can think of it like a kind of like a virtual coach. I drop workouts of like 5 days a week that are it's MMA based or boxing based or wrestling based, kind of all over the place, really. You can set up interval timers and stuff on it. It's essentially it'll just give out some call outs while you're hitting the bag or shadow boxing. And I kind of thought of the idea because I was real bad at checking kicks at one point. So I needed something to pop off and make sure that like okay, cool, here's something that's randomly generated throughout the round. Check this kick while you're in the middle of your workout. So that's kind of how I thought of it, and then now it's bled into like combos and a few other call outs.
Dude, this is so cool because I remember there was an app a while ago that someone on Reddit was trying to develop, and he was like, "It's a punch round thing, and what do
Right.
you guys want to see?" And I was like, I want me to be able to put in combinations. And he was like, why would you want that? And I was like, oh, forget it then. But this is what I was looking for.
Yeah, exactly. So like you can record your own actions as well. So literally like it doesn't have to just be MMA based. Like if there's another sport where I don't know, somebody's working on crossovers for basketball or something and they want to be able to randomly hit those in a certain point within like a 10-minute round, like yeah, it'll just drop those call outs.
Man, this is pretty cool. So React, it's React workouts. It's available on Android, iPhone, anything, right?
Yep.
Man, it's super duper cool. And I'll put the links down below. But coming up here just next week, August 30th, you're going to be fighting Hunter Azure for the UFL Bantamweight title. Man, what does that sound like competing for a world championship here?
That's good, man. It's been a long time since I've had a 5 round fight even scheduled. So I'm stoked. And he's the kind of guy. These are the kind of fights that I like, where it's like he's a vet himself. He's been in the big show. He's he's coming off a big win himself. I've been saying Hunter becomes the hunted. Like I'm out here trying to get this belt.
Man, I'm so excited for this. It's going to be an awesome one. Now, UFL is doing things quite different. You can watch it on Kick, Rumble, and United Fight League's YouTube channel as well. But the format is very different from what we've seen before. It's going to be a 5 versus 5 teams. There's Henry Cejudo coaching the other team. Your team is going to be Frank Mir. Is that right?
Yep. Yeah, we're Team Vegas, baby.
Team Vegas. Tell me a little bit more about this.
So how it's supposed to work. So actually, I got two of my teammates from Syndicate that are on Team Vegas as well. So that's pretty cool. And then a couple fighters from Extreme Couture. Looks like a solid squad to me. I'm thinking of myself as the anchor, so we're going into that and yeah. Oh, it's going to be a 50 grand bonus for the winning team. So that's the real exciting part for everybody watching and everybody really competing. I mean, it just kind of ups the ante just that much more. And yeah, so it's like a 10 grand bonus for the individual fighters. But I don't know, it's UFL's way of setting themselves apart from the pack. So I think it's dope.
And 50 grand bonus for the winning team is such a cool thing. I think that's absolutely awesome. But UFL has also said that they're doing health insurance and stock options for the fighters. Is that correct?
Yeah. I know the contract mentioned something about that. How that's going to work, I'm not fully sure. I'll
Yeah.
find out when I get there and get in front of everybody. So, but those are on my list of things that are setting it apart too. So.
Yeah, you kind of get the teaser and you're like, oh, I would love to know more. But yeah, we know about the same amount. But yeah, so yeah, on Hunter Azure, that's coming up on August 30th. And you were saying you are training at Team Syndicate. Syndicate is unreal with the amount of talent. Like, how do you go into that gym every day with some of the talented fighters that are in there, man?
with a little bit of anxiety, really. I mean,
Yeah.
like all the bantamweights in that room and the lightweights, like, dude, they're so good. There's so much talent in that room. Like today's a sparring day, and I know I get to be in there, and I'm like, okay, cool. I get to look around, and there's no easy rounds. Like every round's gonna be a hard go. Just there's so many good people. We're thinking of it. I'm starting the strap season this on August 30th because after that we have Merab
Yep.
for the belt, and then we got Khalil who's fighting Alex Pajeda. So yeah, the Syndicate Gold Rush begins next week, dude.
The Syndicate Gold Rush. Man, I love this. There it is. There's the headline right there. I love that. There it is. Okay, so okay, Merab is superhuman. What
Yeah,
is he like in the training room?
exactly what you would expect after watching him fight. He's nonstop. I mean, I think he laughs a little bit more, but he tends to laugh in the fights too, dude. He's a goer. He's like me and him get a lot of really really good work in. He's one of my favorite training partners in the gym. Like we can just we know when we see each other, it's like going to be one of those days. We're like, all right, okay, let's go, and we get in there and scrap. Thankfully, I only got him for like 3 rounds at a time, so everybody else gets to share some of that misery.
Wait, so what does he do different? Because he was doing like 50 takedowns against Piotr Yan. He was doing dozens of takedowns against Henry Cejudo. Does he do something different? Does he eat something that I should be eating? Like, what's up with that guy?
Dude, I don't know how he does that. I think it's all here. His mind is just so set for effort and the fact of and like being tired doesn't deter him. It's not like he doesn't get tired, but he gets tired, he gets excited and then handles it. He just goes. His whole thing is I've learned a lot training with him in the last couple years, and it's just like everything he does is there's effort in it and intent. So regardless of like, oh, I didn't get that takedown. Oh, I didn't throw the best punch there, whatever it is. He meant to do it, and it was full of effort, and I think that makes all the difference.
So, last question on Merab Dvalishvili, but what is your final pick on him facing Sean O'Malley in just a few months here?
I think come like the championship rounds, like the fourth round, he's gonna have O'Malley drowning and looking for a way out. Like I think that the first couple rounds are gonna be real tense. But I don't know. There might be some moments just because it's Merab and he puts himself in some spots, but there's nothing he can't handle, and nothing he's not going to walk through. And yeah, I just picture him O'Malley looking for a way out towards the end.
Yep, absolutely, man. And this weight class is absolutely stacked. Like, as you know, fighting around the world, fighting different organizations, whether you're in Japan or the US, bantamweight is the toughest weight class everywhere. Like, man, it would be, I would love, sometimes I look at middleweight and light heavyweight, and I'm like, yeah, no, I could go through this. But 135, it's a shark's nest everywhere you go, right, dude?
Dude, it's crazy. It's like yeah, 100%. I don't know if maybe just I think bantamweights are too small for other sports. So
Yeah.
like there's just that many extra people that can only do fighting, and they're all bantamweights. Like so yeah, it just leaves us with like a bunch of people who try really hard and want to be great, and we're all chasing greatness really, and man, yeah, everywhere we go, it's just a bunch of killers. It's crazy to me.
Man, yeah, you were fighting in Japan. How was it competing? Because I've traveled to Japan as a tourist and I love the country, but how was your
Mm.
experience competing?
Epic, dude. I was there for like a little over a month,
Mhm.
training with Kai Asakudo over there, and man, it was that was I think my favorite MMA experience of my life. And my fiance is from Japan as well, so for the last 10 days she got to come out and show me around, and it was real cool because yeah, she could just show me all the stuff like from when she grew up and like things she used to do and used to like, and she was my translator, which helped me a lot. Like it was so cool. I don't know if there'll ever be another experience like that, especially being on the New Year's card. It was just that was premier MMA experience.
Man, that's awesome. I didn't know you were training out with the Asakura brothers because their story of like street fighters ready
Mhm.
to die going into MMA is something that straight out of a comic book, right?
Savages, dude. And Kai is such a good person. He's the cream of the crop when it comes to like personality and like caring for others. I learned a lot from him too, just being around him so much. Like he's you hear stories about like people who just do extra for their community and for their people and stuff like that. And he's one of those people. And to see that firsthand and experience that, and it did a lot for me over there. I was mind blown. It was Kai's the man.
Man, yeah, it's an awesome team that they got over there, and now he's in the UFC, which is absolutely insane. But he's going into 135 when I think he can make 125. What do you think? Like, should he stay at 135 or should he cut down to 125? What do you think?
I think at a certain point, I think there's diminishing returns when cutting weight. And one thing that's special about Kai is his ability to like he only walks around like 40, 44, 47, somewhere in between there. So you like 11 pounds over.
Mhm.
But he can snap his punches and he's got better whip on him than most people. And I don't know if like a I think the weight that he does have, he transfers really well. I think if he loses some of that weight, I don't know if he can transfer that same amount of weight into his punches and power. So, um, he's super strong. I grapple with him, and he's a tank. He's ridiculously strong. So I think he'd be fine at 35, regardless of the weight. So I don't know. And he's tall. He's taller than I am. So like,
Right,
I don't know
big.
how he weighs less than me. It's something about the Japanese food over there or something. But yeah, I think he'd be just fine.
And I'm excited to see it either way. Tell me a little bit more. Now, I come from like I cover kickboxing quite a bit. You're a big fan of Remy Bonyaski, is that right?
I've watched a few of his highlights. That's about it.
Gotcha. The Flying Dutchman, absolutely
Yeah.
awesome stuff. It's one of the cool stuff. Yeah, competing in Japan in those legendary arenas where the golden age was happening, like that must have just been an incredible feeling.
Dude, and it's a few people in the stands like took some pictures and they have like a pride feel to the pictures.
Yeah.
Oh man. So I have a whole bunch of pictures that I'm just like, these are so cool because I got goosebumps right now. It's like it's they look like pride pictures. It was I was at the martial arts mecca really and like where everything began and it was and so one thing that's cool about the Japanese fans too, from the beginning to the end of the show, those seats are filled and like and like in the States, they care about main card and that's about it.
Yeah.
Like they care about everybody there. And I was out walking around after the fight, and sure enough, somebody noticed me, and then somebody else noticed me, and before I know it, there was a line that wrapped around the corner of the building that everybody was just snapping pictures and having me sign things, and I was like, this is so crazy.
Man, that is awesome. So let's say theoretically, Rizin is doing some NYE event, maybe with Bellator or just on their own. If they give you a call, are you going?
100%, 100%.
100%.
Dude, I've been hoping to get some sort of offer from them ever since, and I think Kai's team, they kind of tell me, well, it's up to me. And I'm like, okay, well, I would like to fight, so sure. And for whatever reason, nothing's just materialized. But I'm sure something will come up again. I had a great time over there. I met Shingo, who's the matchmaker over there, and hit it off with him. So yeah, I'm just waiting for a time to go back.
The UFL world champion competing in New Year's Eve in Rizin. You're hearing it here first, right?
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, man. All right. So you've been around the sport for quite a while, fought all around the world. For people who are now starting in the sport and looking up to you, what advice would you have for these people?
Let's see. There's so much really, or that I've learned that I would like to share or share to other people and save them time. Know what I mean? But first and foremost, like I think you got to be eager to learn. Like in this sort of ego-driven sport, a lot of people put a cap on themselves for whatever reason. They're just like, no, I know enough. Like I, I know what I know, and trust me, what I know is the best. And I think that's a surefire way to get hurt, especially in this sport. So I think the more that you can stay open minded and learn wherever you can, wherever you're at in the world, from whoever, there's always something to learn. And I think that's what keeps the hunger going. I think that's what keeps the skills growing. Like you just got to be ready to learn and literally rolling with the punches because I think I love MMA more than it loves me. I say this all the time, and unfortunately, that means that like we sign up for some pain sometimes or like some broken heart, but I keep coming back to it. So I definitely love it. Eventually, it's going to show me something back. So
Man, it's coming. We got it, man. Fighting Rizin
yeah,
later this year, probably UFL title. It's a big deal. We got some stuff cooking. I meant to ask you earlier. Now it feels like the wrong time. But what'd you think of the new Deadpool movie?
I loved it, dude. I loved it. They had one of the guys at the gym make a little. I don't know if you saw it on my Instagram. They
Oh,
made a little
oh, the picture
Vince
there.
pool. Yeah, yeah, dude. I'm all about my superhero stuff. Like I love it. Like I still play like old Spider-Man games from like Nintendo 64. Like I love all that stuff, and I think they nailed that movie. All the little homages to old school Marvel and all that stuff. That was great. That was epic.
The send off of 20th Century Fox and like saying goodbye to the X-Men in 20th Century Fox, it kind of made me tear up because like half those movies were good and half those movies were bad. But as a young guy, you really didn't care, you know?
100%. I went and rewatched Daredevil the other night just because, and I was like, yeah, okay, this was kind of terrible, but like as a kid, I loved it for whatever, because we didn't care back then. You're right.
I think I had Daredevil on tape as well, and I would watch it all the time, and I really liked it. But I'm not going to watch it now.
And I don't know if you remember, it had like that Evanescence intro at the beginning of the movie or something.
And it was awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
Awesome. I'm not going to watch it again, but I'm sure it's great still.
Yeah.
All right, so it's coming up on Rumble, Kick, and the YouTube channel. That is going to be UFL on August 30th. Main event, bantamweight title. Last word goes to you, sir. Thank who you need to thank, shout out who you need to shout out, and also link will be down below for the app as well.
Oh, appreciate that. Shout out to you for putting that. But yeah, definitely check out React Workouts. And I hope everybody tunes in. I hope to hear some critiques on my win on my social media, some of my favorite stuff. So after August 30th, after you watch the fight, make sure you hit up Vendetta 135. That's TikTok, that's Instagram, that's everything really. And then also, I had something I was gonna tell you.
Take your time.
What was it? Vendetta.com. I'm dropping some new shirts for this fight. So I'm doing Team Vegas style. So we've got the Raiders logo with the V for Vendetta, that Guy Fawkes mask. Yeah, it came out sick. It came out dope. So those shirts are going to be up on Vendetta.com. Should be by the end of this week.
I'm going to put the link down below. That's sick, dude. That is awesome, dude. Oh,
yeah,
awesome. So,
yeah.
Hey, best of luck in the match. You got this. This is going to be a good one for you. Appreciate your time, sir.
Cheers, man. It was good talking to you.